should there be an age cutoff of, okay, if you did this before you're 21, we shouldn't condemn you for the entire life? Because what Mark Wahlberg did was terrible, calling kids the N-word and apparently beat up an Asian woman or whatever, but Asian man. But that was so long ago. Is there a what's that word called? What's that when you call it when it happened so long ago?
Retroactive or
grandfather? Grandfather, whatever you want to call it. But is there a cutoff for when you can still continue to hold things if they've made strides on the other side and made it seem like they're better people now?
For me, it's case by case. There's no umbrella statement. But to me, it depends on, I got to hear the individual case, how they live their life from that point to who they are now. I don't have an umbrella like, well, I will forgive you. I have to know what happened, who, and I want to hear the fact. I can't.
You have a lot of hearsay, but you have a lot of hearsay though, Jack. You said I heard. That's hearsay in the court of law.
No, I mean heard. I mean heard as in hear the actual evidence. I don't mean hear from. I'm going back to
Russell. I'm going back to Russell. You said you heard. That's hearsay in the court of law.
From the actual
on hearsay.
No, sweetheart. Hearsay is from somebody not involved. I'm talking about from the actual victims. Okay. That's not hearsay. Hearsay is not when you hear from the person it happened to. Hearsay is from outside sources.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not even about the Mark Wahlberg thing, because that's what it was really about right there. He never even fully came out and apologized and was like, "Oh, I love black people." He never did that. He stuck. And by now, I can't give him the pass just because he has a whole team around him making sure everything he says and does, a publicist, an agent, everybody making sure he doesn't make any wrong move. And I just don't think that you can just say, oh, he was racist when he was younger, because a lot of those things, people don't change that quick. I seen Drew Brees. I love that he's trying to be the face of this, I'm changing and maybe. No, but the pressure of people has made him change. The same thing's happened with Mark Wahlberg. Doesn't mean he don't still feel that way. He's from Boston, one of the most racist towns in America. And we can't just give him a pass just like that. Especially when we call people out, he needs to go out and say it himself and then start giving opportunities to black people, because I'm sure he's not. We just have black people giving, so we go, oh no, you're cool. You said it yourself. You're like, I'm not forgiving about women, but if it's racist, we'll give it time. And I just don't agree with that at all.
I didn't say give it time. If we're trying to get white people to change, that's going to include people who have done horrible shit in the past. Not every white person who's a supremacist in the past is not every white person who we want to see the Black Lives Matter movement now is transgression free from the past. A lot of them may have shit they have done in the past. So if we want them to change and change the world and change race relations, do we say, if you ever had anything bad you've done for somebody of color in the past, you can't be involved in BLM now?
Bad. If George Zimmerman was at a protest rally, would you be happy to lock arms with
I didn't say murder, sweetheart. I said just transgressions. That doesn't elevate to the level of murder.
Oh, so there's ranges. Okay.
Yes, murder is a big fucking range.
Hey, Jared, Mark Wahlberg was calling dudes niggas when he was and throwing rocks at black people when he was like 14, 15. Then he came to our culture and started pillaging off our culture and got rich off our culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of funny to me. You know?
So has what's his name? Eminem.
White people so much. Tell me that.
First of all, Donny, I will take my earrings out and put Vaseline on my face and come down there and fight you. Okay? I'm just saying, if we need white people, you can't condemn all the ones who did dick moves, not murder, not lynching, not hurting black people to the point where they can't come back from it. But I mean, the N-word? You know how many white people are in the world now?
Can I tell you something right now? A lot of these white people that are out there at these rallies saying Black Lives Matter right now have used the N-word in the past. I can guarantee you it might not ever come out. You might not ever see it in a tweet or text message. Somebody may never put them on blast. But a lot of our allies right now have had past of some shit that they've done when they were younger, when they've said the N-word or said some racist shit, but now they've changed their minds or whatever. And if that helps, I'm not saying what they did was right. I'm not saying you need to forgive them if it comes out. But at the same time, people have a right to change, and that's all I was asking. And by the way, statute of limitation is what I was looking for.
This is what I hate. We so quick to down our people and take up for white people. too much. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to our
no, nobody's downing or taking up for.
I'm just saying we down our people, this and that. But when it comes to white people, like, oh, we want to give them so much of a pass. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't give George Floyd a pass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
no, it's not the same thing though, Donny. I'm not giving them a pass. I definitely think that black people.
I'm talking.
Go ahead.
Get my point across. All I'm saying is I'm tired of us downing our people all the time and then always bigging up the white people, man. Let's give our people the benefit of the doubt since you want to give Marky Mark the benefit of the doubt. That's all I'm saying is, you know what I mean? We got to give Russell Simmons the benefit of the doubt because he wasn't convicted in a court of law. So we have to give it because you're innocent, right. Proven guilty. Period.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you.
I agree with you there. I'm not condemning Russell. Part of the healing that we're trying to do as a country or the world is that there are going to be some white people, as Mike said, that are learning and want to be forgiven for the assholes that they used to be. I don't mean murder. I don't mean anything to the point where you cannot forgive because it's that heinous. I'm just saying there's going to be some whites in the mix who are going to need to be like, look, I used to do this. And I don't mean this meaning murder or lynching, or I mean the N-word or just being ignorant. If you want to negate everyone who was white, who used to be a dick, we're not going to have as many allies as we need. We need allies. And some of those allies are going to need to be forgiven. And it's case by case, not all of them.
Let me get Jared in real quick because I got to wrap up the show. Jared, real quick.
What I was basically saying is some of those people that you're saying we got to forgive that just have a past of saying the N-word or some racist activity become the murderers, become the people who are actually the people that you say, oh, now you're out of the case. And if we don't check them now or, just give them a pass, then how will we stop that? How do we stop somebody by saying, yo, this is not cool. We're just not going to forgive you because you said this. We need to see you make actual movement to show us that you're no longer that person.
That's why I said it's case by case. There's no umbrella statement. Case by case.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished. They should be punished. But if they're making strides and saying that they've changed and they come to the other side, then look, we can talk about that all day.
Tell Mark Wahlberg to donate $5 million of his money, and we'll give it a pass.
$5 million, he got it.
And I agree with Donny. Let's stop putting people the allegations out there when it comes to our people. Let's stop condemning them before they have their day in court. Unless you're R. Kelly, because we've seen the tape already. We already know y'all.
We've seen the tape.
You seen the tape. We already know R. Kelly.